Hello everybody, this is the Sweat Boy, and I'm going to read this comic with you, a different type of Bat comic. So you see Batman in the background, and you see this lady over here with a rifle on what appears to be, okay, it's a rooftop, I'm going to give you that much. So, let's turn to the first page. We have a little description about the town that is Gotham. It says, alright, so over here you have this panel which talks about cities in general, and then you have a panel over here which talks about the wind of a city. So yeah, there you go. So in New York and Chicago they call the wind the hawk, and in Gotham they call it the razor. Gotham. I like to say Gotham, but apparently it just works either way. So we are next introduced to a few characters who are living their lives in Gotham City. So there's this dude. I'll give you a little background information on him. He's an ex-con. He was training to be a boxer or a wrestler, some sort of fighter, and he turned dirty, is what he says. And his wife here is pregnant right now, as you can see in the words over here, or the thought bubble. He says, "So where you going, eh? So wife, where you going, eh?" So he calls her wife. So you know these people are married, and then he has a gun in his pocket. So you kind of get the idea of what's going on. He's trying to kill the wife. He thinks the wife is having an affair, so he's tracking the wife, trying to shoot the wife and the lover. And then on the same street, like as this man passes them, you are introduced to these two people who have their own little bit. And this guy's about to die, and you have some interesting. Okay, so the city, the artist and the writer, they have paid a lot of. Well, actually, I think it was the writer's idea, and then the artist had to stay consistent with it. Excuse me. So we have John Ostrander writing the stories. We have Mary Mitchell on pencils. And then we have colorist Adrian Roy, I actually know that name, and Rod Ramos on inks. And of course, our editor is Denny O'Neil. And that is a name that you probably will get to know if you read a lot of Batman. Right, so we have a picture of a city here, and then we have the dude saying, he's close to death. So he's seeing everything in a dying man's eyes, and he kind of wishes that he wants to kill everyone. So you have one guy with a gun in his pocket, and then you have this old guy who kind of has something else in his pocket as well. Says it's weighing his side down or something. So a lot of people. Oh, and on the first page itself, actually, when we were talking about the wind, they say the razor cuts sharply. The razor is pretty deadly tonight. The razor is drawing blood tonight, and they say that's just how they think in Gotham. Gotham's just a really rough city to be in. Everything is violent. So we're introduced to two sets of people, and also I like how so many people are smoking, and I think that's a streetwalker or a hooker, whatever you want to call her, a lady on the street. Right, and then we're introduced to a few other people over here. So we keep on reading it, and obviously making note of all these cool panels, yeah, see all these lines going down this way, coming out this way. And rising up like that. They've used some techniques, I'm pretty sure, but it's kind of flat at the same time. So you don't really get too much. So this dude, this whole page, all eight, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5 panels. This dude's thinking about what he's gonna do when he finds the dude that she's cheating on with him. I mean, no. Yeah, so yeah, he wants to. So he's like, am I gonna shoot the lover and then her, or am I gonna kill myself? No, I'll shoot the lover and then myself, and then make you watch me kill myself, and then have you live with it. But it just turns out that she's just going for a job. And sorry about giving you spoilers. And then we are introduced to the lady on the cover, right here. And she says, "I know, Frank. I know you love me. I know you are Batman. I can understand all your reasons for not wanting to tell me. But it won't wash, Frank. A love like ours cannot be long denied." So basically, she thinks that she's in love with Batman, and that Batman, like whoever that she's in love with, is actually Batman, and that the reason that he does not love her back is because he wants to protect his identity for the good of the people. Which is something Batman usually does. So she's not completely wrong about this idea. So she takes up her father's hunting rifle over here and heads on up to the roof, onto a building that kind of resembles the Empire State or whatever high building. Then yeah, once again, like all the smoking kind of gives an effect, like an urban effect to this place. And then we have the sweet old lady shooting blam 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 on this high tall building and saying, "Everybody, everybody." Yeah, okay, I can't do voices. I did the voice earlier. Anyways, everybody has to get off the observation deck right now. Okay, so people going about their lives, you know, and at some point intersecting with each other. That's the beauty of it. Like, we were introduced to some people, and also remember, this is a Batman book, and Batman has not shown up yet. Although, yeah. So all these people. This is the dude with the gun that actually walked past these people in the first scene, and this is the lady that the other dude is trying to shoot. All these people meet at the, well, we're not quite at the end, and then this lady targets them, and she starts to okay, so this is the beauty of this book. If we were to identify who the villain was in this book, or who the hero was in this book, it would not be Batman, and it wouldn't be Joker or Riddler or Catwoman or any of the other regular Gotham villains. The villain would be a person, an average person herself. And then the heroes would also be, like, you know, all those people who are having arguments and falling outs with each other. You know, the people that were trying to kill each other are actually going to come closer together after this scene, because they just had a fight earlier on. He was straight out going to kill him. They were in the middle of a heated argument. So it's like past, present, and future, maybe. No, this is future, so past, present, and future, sort of. And different people react differently, of course. So most of them run back to their ladies. So we have 3 couples here, and the dude or the gentleman runs to the lady in classic fashion. Of course, we know now that, you know, not everyone needs to, like, not every lady goes with a gentleman. Ladies can go with ladies, gentlemen again, gentlemen, that's fine, but I'm talking about this comic. So yeah, the people that were just arguing a while ago are now, protecting each other, cuddling each other. The dude, yeah. So this dude is running back to her, and then he just starts firing up at the roof with a pistol, as if he's actually going to get the shooter on the roof. Then, and then finally, Batman shows up. So when Batman shows up, everything is almost all done already. But we see Batman here, and we see Batman do one cool thing. He's like, put the gun down. And he doesn't actually physically try to like Batman's role here is not the conventional hero role, or like he doesn't have to fight the villain and take her down. It's just a huge misunderstanding. So then she's like, I know it's you, Frank. You don't have to pretend anymore. I just wanted to get you to come out and meet me as Batman. And then Batman's confused. He's like, I don't really get what's going on. I'm confused. And then that's the end of the story. She's taken away. Gordon's kind of watching, and then we have these two continuing their argument. So everyone gets a little bit of closure. Everyone gets a denouement. We're here at the denouement. So stories have several parts, and one model is to have the natural state of the hero and some rising action, and then the climax at the very top, and then some dropping action, and then a flattening out called a denouement, or I don't know how to pronounce it, denouement. So right now we're here after the climax, after action has fallen down, because action falls down really fast in this. And then as she's taken away, she says, it's alright, I know you're really my lover, but I'm gonna keep it a secret because for the sake of the people. And then it's such a pity, which is true about Batman, because this happens often with Catwoman. And okay, so Jason Todd had a mother figure called Nocturna, and back in Crisis, Batman had this little not epiphany, but little crisis in his head. It's like, oh, I love this woman, but I love this woman as well, but how do I choose? And it gets a little Archie Andrews, and honestly, Batman is not as cool as everyone makes him out to be. So, like, he's not that tough guy. He tells everyone else to be tough. So now these two, they're back together because of this crisis. So the shootout that didn't hurt anybody actually brought people closer together. And then these people, they're in the hospital because they're kind of old. No offense to old people watching this. Some of you might be able to kick my ass, because a lot of people can kick my ass. And then we're introduced to Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is here to do a really good thing as Bruce Wayne, the human being, as the millionaire, so here we have Batman doing cool stuff as a regular person. So he's like, Wayne Industries is trying to do some good for the poor neighborhoods of Gotham, and we'd like you people to help. And I've played with your so the old guy's like, your father actually used to be our doctor. It's like, I remember. I used to come here and play with your little son. So he's a man of the people now. He's a citizen of the city. Batman's not Batman anymore. He's very human. And then at the end of the panel, the lady asks him why he gives back to the city so much after the city's taken so much away from him. Yeah, all right. We get what the writer's trying to do, but it feels kind of awkward there. and then he has this whole speech. So I thought that was good because there is no real villain or hero in the story, like I said. The, the people are the heroes and the people are the villains. Both the villains and the heroes are, as I have said a couple times before, the people themselves. The people of the city are the bad or the good. We don't. Yeah. So one thing that this comic tries to say. Also, it's a series called Gotham Nights. So maybe it's without the K, by the way. And so I guess the whole series is like that. I just have this one copy. And right, I just think that right. So on the side where it says number 4, it also says the people of Gotham City and Batman. So Batman's kind of a side character here. And where else have we seen something of this sort? I can't remember the title. I know it's not Man Without Fear, but Daredevil once. So this one time, Matt Murdock is approached by the people of the city and is given a case about superheroes doing more damage to the city than actually helping or saving them. This sort of thing comes in. Alright, so back in Death of Superman, when Superman fights Doomsday and wrecks half the city, you got to think about it this way. Doomsday could have done a lot more damage to the entire world. He was jumping. So at one point in the Doomsday event, we have the map of the USA, of course, because all of this is happening in the USA. And they jump from Metropolis to this town, to this town, to, well, actually they start over here and they come closer and closer to Metropolis. And Superman, flying at top speed, could not catch up with Doomsday. And he had already done so much damage. And, potentially he could go to other places as well. And Doomsday was being a threat to the entire world. He was just being a Hulk. So this was basically Hulk versus Superman. Hulk with kryptonite, though. And Superman had to take down Doomsday. He took down half of the city while doing so, but not the entire city. He saved more people potentially than all the damage that was made collaterally, not an intention. And then Superman fought Doomsday in one such cartoon episode where he kind of says that he had to kind of hold it back for the longest time until he let it go. But yeah, so there was this one time when one of the coolest stories of Daredevil apparently was, I have not read it, but I know this exists, was when Matt Murdock, the lawyer, as a professional, as a human being, had to sue himself, had to sue Daredevil for the city. So the city was suing Daredevil, and Matt Murdock handled that case against Daredevil. And the case was about all the little pieces that they left on the rooftops and didn't collect or something. And so, well, Batman does a lot of that as well. He leaves his batarangs on the rooftops. He does a lot of damage while he fights crooks. And why does he have to be a street hero if he is a millionaire, So this is actually part of my Batman Sucks blog. I have a Batman Sucks blog. I haven't made it to a vlog yet, but eventually I will. But you have to question, why does he have to fight people on the streets? I mean, after all the people in Gotham are just people. Even the criminals, even the thugs are just brainwashed people. They're stealing for a reason. They're in the criminal business because they have no way other that they have no other way out. So why would Batman punch them in the face instead of making their life easier and, trying to do something as the millionaire Bruce Wayne to make their lives easier and to bring crime down? There's your question for the day.